deck is a build-around submission for the two champions, Leona and Diana, who are the Daybreak and Nightfall champions. So these keywords give you bonuses depending on the timing of when you play your cards in a round. Daybreak cards get a bonus when they are the first card you've played in a round, and Nightfall cards get a bonus when they are explicitly not the first card you've played in a round. The bulk of all the Daybreak cards are Targon, and the bulk of the Nightfall cards are Targon as well, so mostly Targon is what this build-around lends itself to, and then because we wanted to be in mostly Targon anyways, I felt like we would just go all Targon to be able to leverage Mountain Scryer super consistently. So this is Allegiant, so if the top card of your deck is the same region as this, so with all Targon cards, this never misses. We get to invoke, and then it makes all your Celestial cards cost one less. We also have some other things that make Celestial cards, such as Solari Priestess, so there's some good synergy there. Eclipse Dragon generates Celestial cards in addition to dragons if you Nightfall it, so just kind of the Daybreak and Nightfall packages jammed together. Some other good key cards like Hush and Spell Thief, so let's go ahead and dive on into some games with this one and see how it feels. There's a few different ways to build these kind of Targon mid-rangey decks at this point. There's Leona Diana, like this one that we're playing. You can play Zoe with Leona. You can play Zoe with Diana. You can play Leona with Aurelion Sol. So those four champions kind of mix and match well into getting you reasonable mid-range control decks. Honestly, this whole hand seems very reasonable here. The Garen with Aurelion Sol, I kind of think of that deck as being something different than the category of the other ones I just listed out. So in my mind, all of the decks that I just listed get to play the Targon Invoke card, whereas the Garen Aurelion Sol is really more of a Plaza deck and plays a bunch of Demacia cards, doesn't play the 4-mana Invoke card. So you're right that Garen Aurelion Sol with Plaza is a very reasonable deck, but I don't lump that deck in to the category with the rest of the things I just listed. I think it belongs in its own grouping.
Can you improve perfection?
Yep. So we were talking about how easy it is to level certain champions earlier, and our Leona here are going to be very close to leveling when we play her out. We're going to have to play this Priestess here as our second Daybreak card. Honestly, I think we just take Golden Sister, huh? Very good at blocking Ezreal down the line. Good 2 bodies in one in terms of generating threats.
Can you improve perfection?
A question like that is kind of hard to answer, Toolboxer, because different people have different varying ideas of what obvious qualifies as. Yeah, I've seen some of the build splash atrocity in these invoke decks. I don't think that's terrible. Also, I don't know that I think it's super necessary though either. I think we open on Soldier here, which levels Diana, or levels Leona, sorry. Apologies, Leona, I did not confuse you for the Nightfall Heretic. And then I think with the Goat draw here, we actually play the Goat out as well, and then get in a decent attack here. So we'll have this, and this. Honestly, we might attack with the 2-1 as well, because we could Pale Cascade into, be able to pressure. With this play, I'm a little bit less inclined to attack with the Goat, because I don't really want to trade my 3-2 for their 2-2. I do have Leona and Diana emotes. We're loaded up.
System upgrade. A ticket to the gun show. Prime
It's a good pull.
Watch and learn. Let's do this.
Back, heretic.
I'm gonna go ahead and chump block here to clear room for the Golden Sister on my bench.
What once was two, now is one.
System upgrade. Fire till nothing moves.
I assume Leona's dying here.
Prime and ready.
Do I want to open attacks here? I could overwrite the 2-1 with a 5-5. That gives up a little bit of value, though. I think I'm just going to open attacks.
Blinding daylight.
Relenor, thank you for the 11 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Good morning. It's our best generation off of this. Probably Priestess. Honestly, I think I'm just taking their Static Shock here. And then I'm going to go ahead and Pale Cascade to save Leona.
We will be free. Mother Moon Leona.
Humanity is obsolete. Can you improve
These elusive threats are good here, especially considering they get to block Ezreal.
Axes need victims.
Honestly, I think I'm pretty okay with just jump blocking here again, keeping my life total high. Getting to clear bench space out so I can play a bunch of day breaks out and get stuns with Leona sounds wonderful.
daylight everlasting?
Bask in the light's radiance.
Prime and ready.
Okay.
My star fades. My faith protects me.
I think I'm playing this out just to not burn the mana here.
Safety disengaged.
I like the target one. Spell Thief to look for Flock? Huh, that's an interesting idea.
I'm so good, I surprised myself. I thought you'd never ask.
Okay, I think I'm into that. Ah, there's no reason to rummage in advance, right? We're not burning mana.
Light.
open with this and see what we get. If we draw Leona, we might want to play her. Hush isn't terrible. It's probably just this and see what we find. Those are some choices. So I have 7 mana left over here. How do we feel about Goat into Morning Light to get my hand empty, and then we can Living Legends next turn? I think I'm into that. Could also be right to Golden Sister, but I like have Hush to deal with this, so I kind of want to grab just this thing as like an over-the-top threat. It's my favorite Zoe deck among those that I've tried. Zoe Fizz for aggro, Zoe Lux for control. If you haven't seen Zoe Lux before, then that means you're not subscribed to my highlights channel on YouTube. If you want lots of fantastic, unique, sweet Runeterra decks, make sure you give that one a sub. Post a new deck highlight video there every single day of the week.
Pitiful. So ordinary.
Thanks, Kate. Yeah, I play a ton of different decks on stream, usually 3 to 4 each day, and then the best of them I cut down into like 20 to 30 minute highlight videos and post them there. So good way to find the best of the best without having to watch absolutely everything. Okay, so if I gem, I can gem this and then play Living Legends. I can also wait a turn and like play Day Spear into Hush the Ezreal. Yeah, with the invoke cost reduction, Living Legends sounds great. We could Meteor Shower into Inspiration here. I think that's the play. And like if they play second Ezreal here, I could Meteor Shower second Ezreal plus kill this and then still play Doggo. They could still Ezreal here. I think I'm just gonna play Doggo.
No doubt he sees the dogs in the hereafter. Let's boogie. Protector, shield me. Beautiful face.
Wow, that's good. Why block Draven over Century Trade? Because I'm dumb. I think we go this into this.
Unseen, unheard.
Die Wurmstühle hat gejodelte Uniform.
Cool. And open attacks. What's this up here?
Must we fight?
This is the wrong path.
We're hopefully gonna kill them with Leona next turn. I just want to keep my health total high so I don't get burned out by mistake or die to mushrooms. Yeah, they should hopefully be dead. Maybe I'm supposed to keep my elusive unit there.
Our courage will never fade.
That's really good for them not being dead. That's really good for us not being dead.
Our sun will not set today.
Bask in
That's
the
a
light's radiance.
really good generation. Okay, so now we're playing this, and we're gonna get an attack in and gain some life back here, hopefully.
I am superior life.
Her light is our sword, her warmth our armor.
Feel the sun's glory.
Swing's bigger than a giant's playground, yep. I agree, Prospect. It's Christmas Eve. Tomorrow's Christmas, but it's really close. Are you excited? Santa's gonna come tonight.
Oh, he boxes.
Yeah, I think double pale here is right. Yeah, they have to block all of them or they're dead. I just go ahead and collect my 9 points of life here. We'll see if they open attacks here or not. They do.
I know these paths well.
I got ways to find me mushrooms.
We chart our path by the stars.
Those are all board games behind me.
We descended from sheer force of will.
That'll do pig. Yeah, it's possible that more than one switch would be correct.
Daylight everlasting.
Cards good at getting life. Any board games I'm hoping to get for Christmas? Nah, half the games behind us. Probably a third. Third to half the games behind me are still in shrink ramp. So, like, there's currently a pandemic going on, not conducive to getting in board games. I don't know. This is why I didn't have a second Sunforger. I don't really know that I have anything that I want to cut. It is like our only source of life gain in the deck, though. Maybe Spell Thief's not good enough. Spell Thief was fine that game, though. What do you think we should cut? It's like Spell Thief is like the card we can trim. I do agree that having more life to stay alive is fine. It's probably the Spell Thief. I like all of my 2s. I could theoretically go down on Goat. Is it the top end? I don't have that much top end. You want to, like, get rid of an Eclipse Dragon? I don't know. I kind of like having, like, this is, like, 8 bombs, basically. Yeah, I like the top end. It could just be a Goat. I could trim Dustbringer, too. I don't have that many Nightfall things. This could be an okay trim. I like that this lets you ramp out Eclipse Dragon on occasion, though. You, like, bank a spell mana and get to Eclipse Dragon on 6 is sweet. I have so many 2s. I'm gonna trim Goat. I'm gonna put Goat to 2. I think we've got a lot of fearsome aggro has become a little bit less popular. That's true. That's true. We're technically trading it for another card that's good against fearsomes. Lucian Heck. Let's see if we can survive against Grand Plaza. Leona, to her credit, tends to be good against Plaza. Being able to stun their big Dorko that they drop down.
Unyielding light.
Unyielding light.
Fall, heretic.
I agree, Precipic. My highlight video today was Grand Plaza Hecarim. Although it appears I might be allergic to it. And then I'm planning to throw Grand Plaza Hecarim up on my website later today as well.
Devotion through battle.
Have a banner made up for it already. Deck's very strong. Cast Fog.
Light is our sword, her warmth our armor.
Fog that comes with a 5/4 afterwards.
My faith protects me. By the moon's crescent blade. Burn away doubt. Face your heretic.
Yeah, they didn't attack with them, so they didn't get the Hecarim triggers. It's very true. I'm gonna single combat. You're a +2/+2 here. It's probably worth saving the Hush here. I think I just paled to save her.
Guide me.
She takes a little bit of damage, but that's fine.
Don't get in my way.
Being able to hush a key Lucian turn is good here too. She is almost leveled.
The strength of the sun and my faith are one.
Red Rover, let Hecarim come over. It's possible I'm supposed to open attacks here because they could play a bunch of ephemeral units out to basically fog me.
Caution through battle.
Hopefully this Pale Cascade ends up being lethal. Levels Diana as well, so it's basically worth 3 points of attack here.
Stand and fight.
The moon is our queen. The night, her kingdom.
Yeah, and I can, if they have something else here, I can Spell Thief single combat. They are where he plays games. So you can, if you want to exert the extra effort.
We speak, and they will hear us.
Yeah, really good back and forth there, right? We had a combat trick, they had stuff, we borrowed their stuff. Kalista Elise with Demacia could be another Plaza deck. Probably another Plaza deck. This hand actually seems kind of gasoline. I don't know if a 2-drop, but like this 3-4-5 curve is great. All these cards generate value. Have a good 1-drop to play some defense early. Such a pretty card.
Night flowers upon my blade. No more hiding.
I agree. Spell Thief is a super good card. You should, if you're playing Target, you should probably have some Spell Thieves in your 75. Alright, here's those fearsomes.
Bask in her radiant blessing.
So, if I Mountain Scryer next turn, I get to Golden Sister on 5. Which is pretty sweet. I think that's better than Leona.
We chart our path by the stars.
They are a Grand Plaza deck. Okay. Fearsome Plaza, you say?
What once was two, now is one.
Siblings once were injustice.
I believe we're still alive, right? Because this is only 7, so even if they drag this to the end, they still don't kill me. And I can throw this in front of here, and I can block the Spiderling.
You won't suffer long.
We will resist.
Not stray.
You are beneath me.
Am I supposed to kill Elise, or am I supposed to kill the one with more attack? The Elise making Spiderlings doesn't really matter, right? I think I just kill the one with more attack. Oh, I guess the spiders are 2/2s because of the plaza.
The mountain speaks to those who listen.
Who's the best boy, chat?
The mountain knows me. I am the traveler.
The messenger believes it chases the trickster.
The question is, do they have another minus attack spider? So I can murder these two, but then they get to pull my only fearsome blocker out of the way. If I play Leona, we stun this, and then they pull this, and then I have another fearsome blocker. The burst speed blocker doesn't block fearsomes, though, is the problem. It's only a 2/2. I think we Leona? Leona means I'm not dead on board, right? So that seems like a good play.
With its light, the Solari will unite the heavens. Holy light.
Not being dead on board feels strong.
Hush now.
Open your eyes.
Face my shield. Believe or burn. So young.
What if we try and push lethal next turn? So if I play this, I'll have... If I play this, I'll have 8, 9, 10, 11 mana. I could go this into Morning Light next turn and potentially kill them. I think that's the play, right? I get to stun 3 things. This is technically more attack, right?
Enemies of day will fall.
Oh, no, I won't get to stun 3 things because this hasn't day broken yet. Oh, that's awkward. Well, at the very least, we'll force some blocks out of them.
Follow you to the edge of daybreak.
Yep, couldn't play around that. That'll do, pig. I guess I theoretically could have held up 7 mana to Spell Thief, Atrocity, one of my things to think they're trying to Atrocity, but that doesn't seem particularly likely. Doesn't feel like we're gonna have enough mana to actually make meaningful plays while doing that. He does not, Toolboxer, so you technically have day and night simultaneously. So like with the Eclipse Dragon at our top end, for instance, you can trigger both of its triggers. Vlad Brom. Mulligan looking for my cheap Leona package, I think. Not amazing, but fine.
Ours is the one true light. Follow the horizon.
Yesterday we were extra high because Alan took the morning off. Today we're about average, about 400 peoples. About what? About what we've been getting for Runeterra stuff in the mornings, which is good. Yesterday was an exceptionally high day though, because all the other people that are bigger Runeterra folks took off.
We were peaceful once.
Devotion to battle.
Like I said, I expect the Runeterra stuff to build up over time. All of the folks that are big Runeterra streamers have pretty much been streaming since the game hit open beta, so I've got some catching up to do to make people aware that I exist.
Let us get going.
Huh. So both of these are super powerful, but they require that I hit another Celestial card. I could probably plan to hit another Celestial card, though. They're already at 11, so, like, there's incentive to grab the Trickster just to start killing them with that. That could be right.
I know these paths well.
My shield is my... Have you met my shield? It is easy, see?
Raise your weapons.
So, I don't know that I'm attacking with this turn, but I want to just get my Daybreak triggers going so I can work towards leveling up Leona here. Yeah, my attacks aren't amazing here, so I think we just hit for 3, but I wanted to get a Daybreak for her. I do not update the decks that I am playing midstream, El Greco. So if you pump up the deep deck, it would get played next stream. I only rearrange the current day schedule for large donations.
The dawn has dawned.
I want people to be able to know what to expect when I go live in the morning.
Hold the sun's holy light.
Any donations that aren't in before I go live don't apply to the current day.
First we fight. Ha! This is fun, yes?
No mercy for heretics.
I'm gonna throw this in front of here because I want the bench space anyways. And then next turn we'll go Daylight Spear into Morning Light here, which will be good. So this will level her, and then this will double stun.
Daylight everlasting.
Solari control all the house.
Behold the divine power of the sun.
So this will stun these two. I'm over a really solid attack here.
We'll take what we want. The rest will burn.
The butchery we'd commit together.
Bye, friends. Morning Light's an impressive card. It's a card that I've played as like actual copies of in these Leona decks before. It's almost always reasonable when you play it as her champion spell or off of Daylight Spear generations, though. Think they will nerf anything off of Yetis? No. Einstein Jr., thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. This is actually probably not very good in this matchup either. Just the 1/1. Just dies against their go hard. I keep the Mountain Scryer, good value card. Mr. Pleb, welcome to the channel. Good morning. I know it just dies to go hard, but we drew it. We might as well play it out. Something's gonna have to get hit at some point. Yeah, this card's been really good. Like, one of the issues with a lot of the invoke cards that they're just a lot of mana, and this getting you around that is really nice. I guess they could have technically Pale Cascaded there, but it seems like a waste to do that to save a 2/1.
There's nothing to fear.
I think there's like I talked about at the start of the set, I think there's a ton of good Mountain Scryer decks in this format. I think like Zoe, Diana, Leona, Aurelion, Sol, you could pick like 2 of those 4 champions and you're gonna mix and match into a decent deck. Golden Sister's great here.
Bask in her radiant blessing.
We're gonna be set up for a turn 5 Golden Sister here as well. Now this time, I'm gonna Pale Cascade, not because saving this is especially good, but because saving this with 3 power this turn means that this can't attack, which is nice. In addition to keeping this on the board a little bit long term, that's not amazing, but being able to keep this from attacking is decent. Or them attacking anyways and trading, also great.
Leave or burn.
So young.
No, I wanted to be able to trade with their Elise there with like the line I just did Lambton. Is why I played the Priestess. Huh. You know, so I know obviously Charger isn't super exciting against Gohard in general, but I'm kind of incentivized to just take the card that's really cheap here, because like my hand's got so much gasoline in it at this point.
Deal me in. Blue as
I think I'm pretty happy to just like take this as like a tempo fine play.
The Charger chases stars across the sky.
They added a premium card border option, so you can pay money to get special borders. O-Town, thank you for the 23 months of Prime. It's a really long time. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. All right, so my opponent has turn 5 Pack Your Bags here now. Not a whole lot we can do about that. Really wish this card allowed you to get Pack Your Bags. It would be a really good balancing mechanic against this deck, being able to give them a taste of their own medicine. But this is either bugged or not intended to work that way. One of the Runeterra devs, I'd actually asked, and they said, you're supposed to be able to get Pack Your Bags off of this, but you just can't in practice. Never actually shows it.
We were
They
peaceful.
must have been mistaken, or there's a bug. This is a good example too of like why making Pack Your Bags cost more mana would be good, because like they likely didn't have Pack the Bags in hand, but then they drew Zap Sprayfin, and Zap Sprayfin almost assuredly gave them Pack the Bags. This is probably wrong. I'm probably supposed to commit one more thing to the board to convince them to pack. I think I should have played this. Just use some of my resources this turn. Then I could play this next turn and gain some life back. Yeah, this pass was wrong. I should have played this. So the soft pass doesn't do anything. Wax papers are just gonna pass back.
Her flowers bring the moonlight
Here,
with them.
I will show you. As you will. Yeah, Runeterra is a very board-centric game, and the fact that Pack Your Bags punishes the board-centric decks is a real big feel bad.
Find your own light within the darkness.
Yours is the light I cherish, Moon Sister.
Find your own light. The moon is our queen. The night, her kingdom.
We played Hexacore once on stream. It was mediocre. Frozen Mushrooms is towards the top of the queue. I think that deck's potentially very reasonable right now. Yeah, like, in this instances like this, right? Like, we know they have the Pack the Bags, but I'm obligated to continue playing to the board. I've not been impressed with the various Shadow Isle decks that people have been playing that have Hexacore in them. And even here, just demonstrating that it's impossible to get Pack the Bags, even though it should be possible. They play to Pack the Bags, but we only have Go Hard as an option here. Pretty sure Spell Thief has another bug where you can't Spell Thief their first spell of the game while it's still on the stack. So hopefully we get some fixes for that soon. But like here for instance, if we just pack them back, we're super far ahead, but the card just doesn't work.
What once was two, now is one.
Suppose you want in on this.
Suppose I should leave you be.
I'm gonna open Leona here,
The dawn has arrived.
so that way they can't get a free block on this.
Overbearing warrior.
Sunlight lines.
And the fact that we don't have an answer to their Twisted Fate's also gonna be bad here. So the way Spell Thief is worded is Spell Thief says pick one of 3 enemy spells played this game. So they've played a Pack the Bags. I should be able to get a copy of Pack the Bags. Is how that works. Based on the wording of the card.
Know your path. The mountain changes.
You can't Spell Thief a card they haven't played, chat. That's not what the card says. Hey, TYC, that's awesome. Thanks for watching. Think I want to attack with this. I don't think I've seen an Iona SI deck in the format, K-Vale. Oh, are you talking about Spooky Karma? The Spooky Karma deck's real bad. I think if you ask me, Jeff, what is the worst Runeterra deck that people still play for some reason? Spooky Karma would be my answer. Alright, if we can kill this before it levels, we might still have a shot here. Why is Spooky Karma bad? I look at it. Because it's not proactive, it sits there. Spooky Karma feels bad to play against because it kills a bunch of your stuff, but it doesn't actually ever close the game out, which gives you lots of time to draw out of them having killed all your stuff. So their pack is at 2 right now.
Death or the blade.
It is. It is the Grixis control of Runeterra. Is exactly correct. Alright, so looking for invoke cards at this point. Opponent played that Ruination really well there. With this draw, I was going to hold on to this until I needed to block, but with this draw, I just want to get in for 5 and get this into something else here, hopefully.
Eyes open.
Devotion through battle. We will not suffer unbelievers.
They will not escape punishment.
Alright, I mean, this is a good draw, all things considered. Is Pale Cascade the best combat trick in the entire game? I think Sharp Sight is up there. Grixis is magic. And now they have a bunch of Pack Their Bags in their deck again. Hush isn't a combat trick. So combat tricks, generally speaking, impact stat lines.
We will not suffer.
So I agree that Hush is good, but I wouldn't consider that a combat trick. I consider Hush more of an answer card.
Looks like trouble.
The guilty will bend. Sunward.
So Spell Thief doesn't care about the way Spell Thief is worded. And this could be a wording problem on Spell Thief, Dark Rider. Is Spell Thief is worded, you should get to get cards that they've played, not what cards are currently in their deck.
We will not.
And this is pretty unfortunate at this point. Like, we have 2 Mountain Scryers, 3 Solari Priestess, and, we have 2 Mountain Scryers, 3 Solari Priestess, and, 2 Invoke Dragons in our deck is all good draws. We've just not seen any of them at this point.
Just run while you can.
Single combat is not removal, or not a combat trick. Single combat is removal. It's Mobius Life. Thank you for the 2 months. I really appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. This could be Ruination. All right, and this is a pack my bags right here. So we're at 2. Invoke into something with Spell Shield is what we're looking for here.
I'll burn for all I've done.
Find your own light within the darkness. No.
Weapon golden as the dawn.
I'm not dead yet. Dead yet?
Channel our power.
Yippee! I talk to spirits. It's a my role.
Where I just want to draw one of my pieces of card advantage, chat. Where are my invoke cards? Where is my Nightfall Dragon? Good chance we're dead here. I am ready for the third pack, yeah.
I'm always up for a round.
That's their third Twisted Fate, right?
Get in their tracks.
Right? Am I forgetting? I think that's their third Twisted Fate. This is pretty bad beats, right? Like we got through. We put four pack our go hards back into our deck here, and we got through over half our deck without any of our Eclipse Dragons, our Solari Priestesses, and only one of our 4-mana Allegiance Invoke. Just how it goes sometimes. Almost. I think we could have beaten double pack there if we had found one of our payoffs. Yeah, that's just like one of those like 1%er style games, right? So like what's the hypergeometric distribution on that? So like our population size is 40. We had 8 good draws in our deck. We got 22 cards deep, and we wanted at least 2 of them. We were 99.03% to see a second payoff in 22 cards. So like literally the 1%er. Keep Spell Thief against their. Nah, I'm gonna mulligan looking for more Leona cards. Scryer's also good. We are the 1%. Perfect.
Raise your weapon sunward. Follow the horizon.
Yeah, and spots like that, right? Like, it's easy to look at a game like that one we just lost and be like, oh, I never drew my bomb. I need to change my deck so I can draw my bombs more often. When in reality, like, that game we just played was a 1 in 100 game, and I should not change my deck based on the result of a game that happens 1 in 100 times. This is a great draw here with Diana in hand.
Darkness.
Yours is the light I choose.
Junin, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Good morning.
Scorching light. Face your heretic.
No block here could imply no Static Shock or Ravenous Flock, which is good for us. Yeah, haste. In Runeterra, basically everything already has haste.
The world's a big place.
Which is one of the reasons why the gameplay is so good. Think I'm taking a redraw here? I think I'm taking a redraw.
The mountain changes.
You leave me no recourse.
So I assume Diana's about to get murdered here. Yeah, the burst speed create units is kind of like about as close to haste as you're gonna get in this game, I think. Huh. So with this draw, I think we wait to play this when it's cheaper next turn, right? What are the odds they open attack next turn? Probably high. Is it too early to take this? I feel like it's not too early to take this.
The mountain speaks to those who listen.
This might be wrong. They do have Flock. Wisdom of Our Own's a great draw here. They do open on attacks.
The mountain knows me. I am the traveler.
That one.
Firing!
Unseen, unheard.
So I assume this is about to die, but even with this dying, I still get to play this next turn.
Check me out!
Well, the opponent has a bunch of spinning axes, so they could spend spinning axes saving their Ezreal or like these two, but they'll have to discard a bunch of cards to do that. And Hush is a great draw, so I think we definitely just do this. And let them make some choices here. We're going to clean out some of their board regardless, and they're going to spend cards out of their hand to get spinning axes off. Let's get rid of things with 3 attack or less, which is currently their whole board, but these will change the dynamic of that a little bit. So I expect we'll see double axe here. The question is, are they double axing to save Ezreal, or are they double axing to save these two? Yeah, the fact that they killed my my thing that makes my stuff cheaper means I can't Hush to still get the Ezreal here, which is sad, but it is what it is. We'll get to get the Ezreal instead of combat with Hush next turn, which is nice. Draven was a 4-3 at one point? That's gross. Really good random generation.
Sounds dangerous. I'm in.
Fear not death.
Morning Ash World. I think I have to Hush to gain 3 here. And then hopefully this can drag us kicking and screaming back into the game next turn. Having to burn my Hush to gain life there is pretty bad though, because it means I don't have an answer to their follow-up Ezreal. I mean, the interview with Ruben said they had a patch rolled up for January already, Golems. Just as an FYI. Yeah, the next big balance patch will be February, but there should be a small patch in January.
The enemies of day will fall.
The strength of the sun and my faith are one.
The strength of the sun and my faith are one. Praying for a Plaza nerf? Y'all are crybabies. The people complaining about Plaza, like, y'all are ridiculous. can we, like, pick a lane? Like, Demacia always gets the shaft and doesn't have any good cards. Demacia gets a good card and suddenly it has to be nerfed and it's too good. Like, you can beat Plaza by going under it, and you can beat Plaza by interacting with it. Pick one. There is a ton of good landmark interaction in this format. All of the interactive regions have access to landmark removal. Play more of it. Hexcore Foundry. Y'all are ridiculous. I'm glad Riot's making the decisions and not Twitch chat. Riot's consistently shown they're good at making decisions. Cries in Bilgewater. Bilgewater's not really a region that tends to be super controlling. You're right that Bilgewater doesn't have good landmark interaction, but usually the just kill them applies to Bilgewater. I'm gonna full mulligan looking for Hush here. Hexcore Foundry is too strong. Listen, this isn't Reddit or most other Twitch chats. You want to post something that stupid, you're going to take a 10-minute break. Yeah, Noxus and PNZ Landmark are like, removal are S tier. Crumble is playable. The Targon one is playable. Targon's Peak creates games that feel bad, but it's definitely not too strong. And that's a distinction that I think enough people don't make consistently. There's a difference between a card that's too strong and a card that feels bad to play against. And it's fine to say I don't like the play patterns of this card and I wish the play patterns of this card were different. That's legitimate. That's a fine thing to say. But it's also important to acknowledge, like, people don't usually say that. They usually say this card's too strong. And that's not really reality. Wait, what did they just do? They just chain vest? I guess we're just saying okay, huh? Thieving Chain Vest doesn't do anything. My thing only has 5 toughness.
Raise your weapon, Sunwitch.
Find your own light. The moon is our queen. The night, her kingdom.
Something fiendishly clever. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. We haven't drawn our Hushes. Here's hoping that they play a Hush at some point for us to get.
Your heretic.
They haven't played anything this game that's helpful to me, right? They've played Standalone. Good morning, Jack. They played Standalone, Chain Vest, and Guiding Touch. Yeah, it's unfortunate. David Tapp, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel.
2 down.
I agree. Help a guy out.
Finest blades for my
I need only one to win.
Did you give Iona a card that recalls landmarks? I'm gonna time you out so you can have 10 minutes to go read the spoilers from the latest card release. Oh, Twitch chat.
Let them eat souls. Try me.
I think we've died, chat.
Daylight breaks on the battlefield. This will be quick. I will be free.
I think there's a good chance we want a third Hush. Goat's been pretty underwhelming. I think I'm gonna cut the Goat and get another Hush into my deck. Wanted a little bit of life gain too. I'm gonna throw a Star Shaping in at the top end. Card's pretty good with Mountain Scryer. Maokai Zoe Oriensol. It's very likely a control deck. We're gonna go soldier into soldier, attack for 5. Yeah, the Scouts deck this season looks very different. The Scouts deck is less of an aggro deck, more of a mid-range deck now. They play like Double Trouble. They don't play Bannerman anymore, so they can play Plaza. They play things like Radiant Guardian is what the lists have moved towards. They look pretty different from last season. I think I'm just gonna be as aggressive as possible here. I'm gonna go two power thing, and then play Sunforger next turn. Like I said, I think I agree with the folks in chat. This is likely a control deck, so I want to just try and end the game here. We have a pretty aggressive start.
Sun this, moon that. Adults are boring.
Listen here, you scamp.
Shining gifts from the sky.
It's a pretty good one in terms of adding board presence so we can't run them down.
Let my stars guide all travelers onward.
Oh, 3/4 is really good. Into my board. Do I give up Diana to push damage here?
Punish transgressions.
I think the answer is yes.
Open your eyes.
Leona's great. There's a bunch of good Leona decks in the format, Jack. Her Daybreak package slots into a lot of different shells.
Sunward.
This would be great, but unfortunately I don't have another Celestial card that I currently behold. So that sounds not ideal. I have another Invoke Insight, so gonna go ahead and Pale Cascade just to save this, I think. Keep my pressure down. Lets me draw a card and save my unit. We'll drop this Dorko down. They're like 100% a Ruination deck, right? He gives pause as he looks at his SI opponent's 9 mana.
Radiant strikes.
Is this what you see?
Alright, change of plans. And that is unfortunately a squeeze you get caught in sometimes, like, choose to play around Ruination and then they have Vengeance.
There's only one true
Gonna
light.
commit more to the board here. Her extra defense doesn't do anything useful. Don't want to lose mana here when I pass.
The Isles will bloom again.
We will not suffer unbelievers.
They will not escape punishment.
Zoe Lux for control. Zoe Fizz for aggro.
This is a
I'm gonna pedal here so I can open attacks.
Whatever the cost.
Feels like we're pretty far behind at this point. I don't have any card advantage left over. That's true. My favorites are up on my website.
We were peaceful once.
It's another game where we're kind of running out of gasoline.
Daylight star will rule the skies.
It's pretty good. They are out of vengeances. You're not wrong. This pass might be wrong. They might burn my mana here. I kind of assume they want to attack to gain life, though.
Hey, hello, it's me, your favorite Twilight Herald. Are you two still fighting?
She started it. My light shines.
You cannot hold us down.
Oh, you know what? With this play, I should have played the Shadestalker. Yeah, that would have been better. I don't know. There's a good chance my opponent's an Atrocity deck, so like keeping my life total at 20 has real value if they're an Atrocity deck. Ooh.
Darkness hides in my path.
Pale Cascade's a fine pickup. Hoping to fade silence target unit off of this. If they silence my Immortal Fire, I will be very sad. Yep, there's the Equinox.
For truth.
And again, my mistake, like, it's very easy to be like, well, I got unlucky and they hit Equinox here. But if you remember, I made a mistake last turn not playing this out. I could have blocked the Zoe. So, like, the only reason they were in a position to get lucky was because of the mistake that I made. It's very, very easy to try and overlook mistakes that you made and just lament on the things that they had. I don't think I was a huge fan of this build. I mentioned it a couple of points in this set that, like, Diana, Leona, Zoe, Sol, like, the mixture of these 4 champions, along with other good Targon cards and Mountain Scryer, makes for a pretty good Invoke core. And I think, in general, playing Diana and Leona together is probably a bit of a miss in that regard. Both Zoe and Sol, I think, could be paired with either of these and be fine, but the fact that, like, Zoe and Sol both generate you card advantage as they sit and play, I think is a big deal, and I think having neither of my champions generate card advantage felt kind of bad. So I think if I was to look at, like, there's an Invoke control deck up on my website that is Leona plus Sol, and I think that that's probably a better direction to go in, so you just have some of that better late game staying power as things go along. Alright, at any rate, we're not done yet. We've got one more deck at least that we're going to do today. Let's take a peek at a viewer-submitted brew, Iona Endure.